Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Rochelle and I'm the host of Allergic to Small Talk. I'm an expat living in the UK. I own 2 businesses, have my executive MBA from Pepperdine University, and I come riding dirty, having fallen from the polished corporate world. Allergic to Small Talk is a show about how to grow your small business through networking, plus the tools and resources needed to develop your foundation as a business owner. If you're allergic to small talk, get ready for big conversations that are delivered to you in bite-sized chunks that you can implement right away to transform the way you view, operate, and grow your business. This is Allergic to Small Talk by Cutclass. One of the best aspects of my job is seeing my clients succeed, especially when it comes to slaying their business networking game. Last year, one of my introverted clients overcame their fear of reaching out to old connections, and she closed $25,000 by simply reconnecting with a high school friend over a Facebook message. Plus, she had the opportunity to walk down memory lane with so many others. If you would like to see similar results from your networking efforts, let's hop on a free 15-minute networking strategy call and explore how effective networking can transform your business. To book your call, a link to my calendar will be in the podcast description. Now let's get back to the show. You don't need a formal classroom or a fancy degree to help you achieve more or solve problems in your business. When I launched Cutclass with my co-founder, Leslie, we did market research and found that the global e-learning industry is projected to reach $370 billion by 2026. And that's from $226 billion in 2020. That's a whole lot of learning that's going on and a whole lot of education that you can use to grow your business. If you've ever considered taking an online course to improve your business, this episode is for you. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Allergic to Small Talk. You can catch me here every week teaching you the latest tips and tools to grow your business. If you want to ever continue the conversation, you can always say what's up to me on Insta at itsrowgrow. All right, y'all, let's get into it. I'm a passionate problem solver, and I like to solve as many problems as I can on my own. If there's a problem in my business, I would like to have the skill set to solve it myself, unless it's something that's super technical or something that's super niche. Over the last 18 months, I've become a huge fan of online courses to solve my problems, and secondly, to educate myself in an area that I know nothing about. I like to educate myself on things I don't know much about, mainly so I know enough about the topic so I can guide a virtual assistant or at least know enough to ask the right questions regarding that topic. So let me share with you what got me jumping off into the world of online learning to begin with. Our business, Cutclass, sits within the online learning industry because we create and sell online courses alongside one-on-one coaching. And when we were in the ideation phases of Cutclass, we knew what we were thinking about would come to fruition because we had the knowledge and expertise to launch a business, plus the discipline to implement and utilize processes and systems to set us up for success. But when we really started diving into what was needed to truly succeed in the e-learning world, we realized there was a whole lot of shit we did not know. We spent the first 14 months of our business learning and building. So I thought I would give you a rundown on the courses I took to strengthen my knowledge as a business owner. This isn't a bragging session by any means or promotion for any of these courses. I'm giving you a rundown on the courses I took so that you can take a look at your business and really think about what you can literally start learning today to solve pain points in your business. What you'll notice is that once I uncovered and solved each challenge that I'm going to talk about, there seemed to be yet another challenge right underneath it. It was almost like peeling an onion filled with nothing but challenges. All right, so let's dive into the courses that I took. The first thing I had to do before launching Cutclass was I needed to figure out what I am so good at that people would pay me for my talents. Hear me out. If you've had a job, obviously someone thought you were good enough to pay for your talents, but which of your damn talents is worth being paid for over and over again? Well, this talent is called a genius zone. And for me personally, I had to really find my genius zone. And sometimes people don't really know what their genius zone is because it's so natural for them. So for me, I had to take a short 5-day Facebook challenge with an Australian woman named Grease Lever. And throughout her challenge, I was able to unlock my zone of genius, which is business networking. It's so natural for me and fun for me, but I've also seen massive results in this area. And my second zone of genius is setting up processes and systems to help a business stay organized and to help scale it. This course or challenge with Grace was free, and it did lead to a paid offer that I wasn't inspired to purchase. And I wanted to note that because sometimes you can just get enough from a free offer, and then you can just kind of move on to the next thing. All right, second, I needed to learn how to turn my zone of genius into an online course. And for this particular challenge, I paid for 2 separate courses that were led by 2 totally different instructors because I felt like I didn't get everything I needed from the first course. The first course was by a woman named Molly Wendell, and it was a good course, but I didn't love the branding and I felt like I needed a bit more detail in each stage of the process of launching an online course. The second course I took to learn how to launch an online course was called Digital Course Academy by a woman named Amy Porterfield. This course was phenomenal and gave clear directions on how exactly to launch an online course. And what was really great about Amy's course is that it also came with bonus courses. So that's another positive to online courses is sometimes you get more than what you paid for. So some of the bonus courses inside of Amy's course was how to launch Facebook ads, like the basics of Facebook ads, also how to set up a sales page. So there was a couple of really good bonuses in that course in addition to the main course itself. The next course I took was I needed to learn how to launch a podcast. Through Amy's course, I learned that I had to have at least one form of valuable, long form content to keep my audience coming back for more and more every week. Long form content is either a blog, podcast, or vlog. And consistent long form content acts as like your storefront. Imagine if like you went to, let's say, your favorite fashion store and the buyers never really bought new clothes or re-merchandised the store. You probably wouldn't be coming back and back again, right? So a blog or vlog or a podcast kind of serves as your digital storefront for people to keep coming back for more content to consume. So I needed to create that long form content. I chose a podcast because it seemed like a lot of fun. And I didn't choose a vlog because I didn't feel like doing my makeup or doing my hair every single time I wanted to put out content. And a podcast, I could just kind of hide behind the mic and just record in my pajamas. So that's why I chose to do a podcast and why I needed to learn how to launch a podcast. The fourth course I took was I needed to learn what an email service provider was and how to use one. An ESP or email service provider is a software that allows you to schedule weekly newsletters and collect data on your subscribers. Having an email list is super important because you can control it. Unlike social media, you can't really control your followers. You can't really control sending them an offer to their inbox, right? But if you're able to move social media followers off of the platform and onto your newsletter, you can control the content that gets sent directly to their inbox. And it's especially useful when you're wanting to send weekly updates on your podcast, as well as any promotions that you have coming out. So some examples of email service providers are ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, MailerLite, and I use Kajabi's built-in ESP. All right, moving along. Next, I had to learn how to write copy for newsletters and also social posts. So at this point, I've learned all sorts. I had to figure out my genius zone. learned how to launch an online course with my Genius Zone, how to launch a podcast, how to pick and use an ESP. But then I thought to myself, what the fuck am I supposed to say in these weekly newsletters? I had no idea. So I took a course on how to write newsletters and how to write compelling copy. I wouldn't say that I'm this crazy copywriter or author by any means, but I do feel 1,000% more confident writing newsletters every week and writing copy on my website and social media posts. Next, how to create a lead magnet. So I had to understand how to actually get people on my newsletter list, right? I had no idea how you get subscribers. And you could get subscribers by creating a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is something that you give somebody for free in exchange for their email address. We've all opted into a lead magnet. Maybe if you're doing online shopping at a retailer, they will say, get 10% off by entering your email address here. Well, you give them your email address and they give you the 10% off, but you just opted in to their newsletter that you'll probably get every week unless you unsubscribe from that. So I needed to understand how to create a lead magnet. So that kind of moves me on to the next thing that I had to learn. There's so many different lead magnets and variations of lead magnets that one could launch. And so I wanted to learn how to create a quiz. So I had to learn how to create a quiz that was a lead magnet. And so that's what led to my quiz called What Type of Networking Animal Are You? And this is where people can take my quiz to understand whether they're a shark, a penguin, bee, or a lone wolf type of networker. And I just needed to learn how to do that. So I want to pause here because I know that's a lot of information. And as you might have noticed, at almost every layer of my business that I was venturing into, there was a lack of understanding. There was a problem or a challenge that needed to be solved. And I'm sure this is the same for you in your business. So if there is something that's just such a pain every single week in your business, why don't you take 15 minutes and write down all of the challenges or the things you just don't understand how to do in your business, and then figure out how you can solve them online right now. Here are some other courses that I took to level up my business game. I learned how to create a nurture sequence for a newsletter, how to create and develop a social media strategy, how to do Pinterest. I had no idea how to do that, how to batch and create content. And that's content for newsletters, how to create content for social media, how to create content for podcasting. So I had to learn how to batch all of my content ahead of time. There's so many more things that I've learned along the way, but these are just a few, well, maybe not a few, it's actually a lot of the courses that I took, but this wasn't learned in a month, right? Like I said, this is learned over a year's worth of time. And so I want you to think of any areas in your business that you're struggling with right now and that you can solve today by simply learning online. If you need any help figuring out which challenge to focus on solving first, I suggest focusing on the area that will be most beneficial in moving your business forward if it was solved today. And if it's not really clear on which area to focus, hit me up and let's hop on a call and I can get you crystal clear. You can find a link to my Calendly in the podcast description. And I do really hope that you enjoyed this episode. I'm a small business owner just like you. I have challenges and problems in my business that if I could solve them myself, fantastic. And I hope that this podcast inspired you to go out and search for courses that will really help you level up your business game. All right, y'all. I look forward to seeing you next week. See ya. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Allergic to Small Talk is a production of Cutclass, a place where you can access me, Rochelle Grow, and Leslie Levito. We teach the world how to start and grow businesses without a formal classroom. Executively produced by me, Rochelle Grow, and Cutclass. Creative direction by Sho Kazanjian. Audio editor and producer Tom McGeoch. And music is by Fami Kaira. If you'd like to access more free resources, check out our sister podcast, Out to Launch, hosted by Cutclass's co-founder, Leslie Levito. She teaches people how to ditch their 9-to-5 to start their own business. See ya!